The Red Lotus members are known for their radical ideologies and formidable bending abilities. They remain as a significant force in the world of Avatar and have challenged the very foundations of order and balance. But who is the strongest member of this chaotic organization? Which of them strikes the greatest fear in the hearts of their opponents? Well, here's our ranking of the most powerful Red Lotus members. Kicking off our ranking is Double Agent Aiwei.
My name is Aiwei.
The so-called Truth Seer was a trusted advisor to Suyin Beifong.
How did you know I was lying?
I am a truth seer. When people lie, their heart rate and breathing increase.
But unknown to everyone, Man was a Red Lotus member.
Because of you, we've all been compromised.
No, any evidence was destroyed when my library burned.
And I refer to him as a so-called because he would unjustly implicate blame on innocent citizens in order to hide his own actions.
Did you help the attackers enter Zaheer last night?
No, of course not.
You're lying.
What? No, I'm not!
However, his skills in gathering valuable information and infiltrating enemies' ranks were exceptional.
We're just looking for answers.
And you think you found something, don't you?
And the way he was able to pretend for so long needs to be studied.
You have no idea what is coming for you, Avatar.
Aiwei played a role in the team's mission, but their attempt to kidnap the Avatar was unsuccessful.
We failed!
He doesn't possess the same level of combat prowess as the other Red Lotus members, making him the weakest in terms of physical confrontation. Because in the end, the double agent was double-crossed.
All that work and what did it get me? Why did I do it?
Coming in at number 5 is Ming-Hua, aka Spider-Ming, because she does whatever a spider can. Ming-Hua's bending style is as elegant as it is deadly. She's probably the only member who's close to being a master. She's got one of the best mid-range pressure techniques I've ever seen. Her ability to manipulate water into various forms, such as tentacles and blades, showcases her creativity and adaptability in combat. Ming-Hua's agility makes her a formidable opponent, capable of holding her own against even the most skilled benders. However, she's much more susceptible to flying projectiles than the other team members. Sure, Ming is very skilled, but her big disadvantage is that she's very easy to counter. Water is the least abundant resources. She can be baited out of her element, and without water, she is useless.
You have no water. It's over.
When Korra escaped her bonds, we saw how Ming-Hua hit the wall, and her water arms splattered. Not only that, but her reliance on being connected to water all the time makes her vulnerable, especially to lightning. This gives an opponent time to readjust their strategy in order to overturn her one-trick pony nature, which is a big problem.
I never thought I'd be so happy to see your ugly mugs again.
Great to see you too, Ming-Hua.
Number 4 is Ghazan. Ghazan is hands down one of the most destructive benders in Avatar. Man could create and throw magma shurikens. Which is insanely powerful and has a level of fluidity comparable to that of water bending.
Will you just bury them already?
This skill provides him with both the offensive and defensive capabilities of earthbending. Put lava there and nobody moves. It's a very easy and useful way to limit the opponent's options. He fought and overpowered both Bolin and Mako, created a giant pool of lava, and sunk parts of the northern air temple. Iroh needed Sozin's comet to put a hole through the walls of Ba Sing Se. Ghazan does it all by himself with pure lava bending. Not only that, but he is basically unbeatable against other earthbenders.
I can't beat this guy! It's like I'm giving him ammo! Wanna trade?
He can bend your rock, but you can't bend his lava. Only Bolin could face him, because he unlocked how to lava bend.
What are you smiling about?
I was just remembering the last time we fought.
Well, a lot has changed since then.
The only drawback of Ghazan is his lackluster tactics.
Let's see what you got.
Don't get me wrong, guy's good. But in his fight with Bumi, he failed to hit most of his attacks, and even allowed Bumi to close the distance. Ghazan would have killed him if he had turned the ground into straight-up lava instead of just hot rocks.
I see you're having as much fun as I am.
It might seem irrelevant, but if Bumi wasn't a dork, Ghazan might have been killed there. Also, every time we see him bend, it takes a lot of time to get the rocks ready first, so there's always a slight pause. He did it in the cage when he escaped. He did it when he tore down the wall of Ba Sing Se. The lava is deadly, but apparently it takes time, and I don't think his enemies are ready for him to finish making lava before attacking. At number 3 is Zaheer. Shocking, right?
That's good. You should be.
Zaheer is no doubt fearsome. Seeing how he was held in such a ridiculously high security prison, non-bending Zaheer had to be incredibly skilled.
How? You're not a bender?
We don't know how good he was for sure, but it's safe to assume he could easily battle Tai Li, the Blue Spirit, and the Lieutenant.
Zaheer?
Dude even started to kick ass from the second he was introduced. Although he can airbend, Zaheer has had no formal training in the art.
Now that man's a leaf.
Relying on his previous martial arts skills and mixing them together in a hybrid form. He was quickly able to go head-to-head with an airbending master, who happens to be the son of the Avatar Aang. Tenzin clearly had the upper hand over Zaheer, and would have undoubtedly won if the rest of the Red Lotus had not interfered. But I was so glad to see Tenzin take him to school. However, he's still skilled enough to make contained air sphere and powerful blasts, but his air sphere seems to rely on the victim being mostly powerless. Zaheer's agility and flight power.
Did he just fly?
Guess he doesn't need a ride.
Means he's able to evade capture or any attacks thrown at him. But his airbending is just good, not the best. Man was sweating against Unalaq, who's not even a top-tier waterbender like that. Nevertheless, he's still insanely skilled, and has the big advantage of his element being the most abundant element, so he can never be baited into an unfavorable environment.
Where'd you pick up the new skills?
I have harmonic convergence to thank for that. I was given a gift.
Number 2 is Plea. She had a unique and destructive bending power. Almost as much as Ghazan. Her great accuracy and curving explosive shots were deadly. Not to mention her solid agility. She defended herself against a freaking dragon and turned the tides against Tenzin, who could have finished off the rest easily. She held her own against strong earthbenders while firing multiple shots. However, she's extremely powerful in a team fight, yet very vulnerable. Even though it's usually very difficult taking out a combustion bender, as it requires one to be very focused and precise. But it's safe to say the two benders who tried it have a head on their shoulders. Plea doesn't.
Plea!
Finally, at number 1 is Unalaq. Unalaq was very skilled, very annoying, and very underrated. He shared similar ideologies with the group, particularly in his pursuit of spiritual freedom and enlightenment.
When harmonic convergence comes, I will fuse with Vatu.
He's as good as Ming-Hua, but with fewer weaknesses. Unalaq was the only person who fought a fully realized avatar and bested her. He could attack even with minimal amount of water, and switch to a different waterbending technique mid-flight. His ability to harness dark spirits and merge with Vatu elevates his power to a whole new level.
Now, 10,000 years of darkness begins.
And that's it for today's video.
But I will not miss him at all. In the end, he became a deplorable man.
Agreed.
I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments who you think is the strongest. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, stay geeky.
Chaos is the natural order of all!
You see what I did there? I put a sock in it. Literally.